Hello YouTube, welcome back to this week's video. This is 26 Tango Mike 062 and 2E0 IQJ. We got this dreaded Shawcom meter again, and last week I tested it out on the NATO 2000 and we saw what power it was kicking. Now I'm going to test it this week, this meter, on this Albrecht 6110AE, which I know does around about 4 watts. I'll also test it out on the CRT S Mini, and we'll test it out with the President George. See what power it's kicking. Now either we're reading the meter wrong, or the meter is faulty. So last week when I keyed up, it was just under 1 or 2 or something, I can't remember, and someone said it was reading the meter wrong. Now there is no setting here for the power. I've read the instructions, there's no switch to flick to say you go into power mode, anything like that. So we've got it set to the 10 watt scale, and we've got it set to reverse, and we've got the dummy load connected. This is the other dummy load I got that goes up to I think 50 watts. I think this is a 50 watt dummy load, and this radio should only be about 4 watts. Let's turn it on, and we've got it set on the EU setting. That way you can test AM and FM, because if you switch it to UK and press the AF button on this radio, it just goes to UK EU on FM. Let's give it a key up. See there, the SWR is not moving, just make sure it's calibrated. So yeah, it's on set. Reverse. So the SWR is not moving, and we're kicking, according to that, if you use the top scale, then it's just over 2 watts. If you're using the FS scale, then it's just under 4 watts. So are we reading the meter wrong, or is this faulty? Let's try it out with the CRT S Mini. Okay, so I've connected up the CRT S Mini, and we're going to test it on the EU setting. Now last radio I didn't test on AM, but we can test this one on AM. So let's give it some volume. See, it's on EU, and we're on channel 9. Let's give it a key up. You can see there on FS it's going just about 4, so a little bit more power according to this meter. On FM on this radio, let's go on to AM. Again, if you put this radio onto UK setting and you go AM, it just goes to the EU, and there's FM. Let's give it a key up, and there we go. You can see that's just going on to the 4. So either this meter's faulty or we're reading it wrong. Let's test it with a radio I know does a little bit more power, and that's the President George. So let me go and connect up the President George, and we'll see what that's like. Okay, so I've connected the meter, the Shawcom SW114, to the President George, and we're on FM. We're on channel 9, block C, so that's the EU, so 27065. Let's give it a key up and see what it's doing. Well, according to that, if we go by the bottom scale, we're kicking around about 6 watts on FM. So about 6 watts on FM. Let's change the mode to AM, and we'll give it a key. Again, the FS scale at the bottom there says 6, but the meter is telling us at the top there that we're on 2. So this one can't be low on power, the CRT S Mini can't be low on power, and the Albrecht can't be low on power. If we go by the bottom of the meter, we was doing just under 4 for the two multi-norm radios, and we're doing about 6 on this radio. I think what I'll do, I'll pop into a truck stop at some point. There's one not too far from me. Pop into a truck stop, see they've got any SWR and power meters in there, get one of them. Also try and get a video out of it, see what's left in a truck stop, and plug it into one of these radios and see what power it's kicking. I'll make sure I get one that's only got the one. If I get one with just one screen, maybe a bit better, and we see what sort of power it's kicking. But yeah, this is kicking about 6 watts if we go by the bottom scale. The other ones are kicking just under 4. So is the meter faulty? I'll be reading it wrong. Post it in the old comments below. Anyhow, if you found this video of some use, you know what to do. Give it a thumbs up. If you don't like the video, the other button seems to work too. But as always, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. This is 26 Tango Mike 062 and 2E0 IQJ. 7 3s for now, and have a great Christmas. 7-3.